So like I said in part one, I think these early wars are incredibly important because it's really the only time nations might get absolutely destroyed and kicked out of this AI-only battle. Because, by the middle to late game, most nations are going to have so many colonies that they've colonized and so many provinces that they've integrated into their empire that they'll probably remain alive. But in the very beginning, everyone is really open to an attack. So let's go ahead and take a look at Spain here. Now, as we can see, it looks like Spain is going to win this war, but it depends. I mean, they've already grabbed a hold of 2 Portuguese provinces that are up north, but those are just without forts, so it's not a big deal. Now, in the very early part, as you can see, the AIs don't have too many forts up. They have 2 in northern Africa, which is actually pretty smart to defend against Morocco, but not very smart against Spain. So I'm interested to see exactly how this goes. It looks like obviously Spain is going to win this battle up north here, as well as this battle seems pretty easily won too, because the morale of Portugal is very low and they've got no leader. They've got no leader, as Spain has a 0-3-1. Not bad. You got a leader up here too? No, I figured you'd only have one leader there. So like I said, I can kind of go and dive deeper into the Spanish Empire. So they've got advisors. How's their economy doing? They're doing oh my gosh, they're doing really good. 5.85, but this could be kind of skewed because of possibly the looting that might be going on. We've got trade. How are you doing in technology? Still 333. Haven't gotten down any idea groups, but we can kind of look into, because like I said, all of the AIs have different idea groups. Besides the initial starting off ideas where they start off with 2 colonists, as well as the core creation cost at negative 20%, which is amazing, all of the rest of the Spanish ideas are going to be different from everyone else. So their first is morale of armies, national tax, stability cost, morale of navies, national unrest, discipline, and trade efficiency. Not bad. They haven't chosen any missions, and they don't have any rebel problems. Very interesting. They're probably going to remain Catholic, definitely. And they're not at their force limit. So that's kind of the cool thing about these battles, is that I can go directly into the nation and look exactly at what they're doing at all times. As well as another great feature of this sort of campaign is that there's just so much more information that we can get out of the ledger than we can in anything Civ 5. And we should probably just go ahead and check the initial reviews off of Army as of right now. Who is the biggest army in the world currently? It looks like Austria has the #1 army with 21,000 men, but the Venetians are right behind them. Venice not doing bad. We have Russia, Poland in second place, tied with 19,000, and then the Ottomans and Byzantium, Rome, and England tied, wow, for third place, all with 16,000. That's crazy. How about navies? Now, this is a little bit more interesting. I'm sure it's going to be a European nation, I'm assuming. Oh my gosh, Venice has 34 ships, and 22 of those are galleys, which is smart. No heavy ships. The only heavy ships are being built by the Celts, England, and Portugal. I'm assuming that's probably doing a big hit to their economy, so that's probably why they're not building. They don't have overall a lot of ships total. I mean, you can build a lot of galleys. Galleys are really, really cheap, so that's probably smart of Venice, as well as Byzantium. So a lot of these Mediterranean nations have a lot of ships, whereas the nations that are bordering the Atlantic Ocean already, they're kind of focusing more on heavy ships, I guess, and that's probably doing a number on their economy. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So we have the first Iberian War that's going on. Yes, rebels will spawn up if they try to move throughout uncolonized territory, but like I said, they're not going to be uncolonized for that much longer. See, the reason why I started this campaign off with 12 provinces from each Civ 5 nation is because that is about the perfect, the golden number for most of Europe to colonize their continent before they go off and go to the New World. Because as soon as the AI gets the opportunity to go to North or South America, they take it without colonizing Europe first. So that 12 province range is the sweet spot to make sure that they have enough time to colonize their continent before they get that colonial trade range, or I guess the colonial range that boosts them up with, I think it's in Diplotech, I don't know, 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there. So yeah, so I'm hoping that we should have very clean borders, and we will have very clean borders, but I just kind of wanted to have it early on rather than later. I don't want to have, most of Europe going over towards the New World. So yeah, I think Spain is very clearly going to win this war, and we'll have to see exactly what they take here, because that will be a pretty big deal. And actually, Portugal's ran back to their lands, but Portugal's running out of men. Spain has got a pretty big army. I wouldn't be surprised if Morocco jumps in on this war pretty fast here. I mean, Morocco's got a total of 14,000 men. They've got themselves a navy. I don't see anything from Portugal. No, Portugal's got a big navy, but they are blockading currently the sieges that Spain did up north here. Now, how about France? How's France doing? And will we see Elizabeth? I guess we could say Elizabeth's controlling this country since this is kind of the Civ 5 lore here. I'm wondering if we're going to see Elizabeth try to rush off into Northern Europe as we're used to, kind of with maybe history will repeat itself where England will try to go up north here and try to take away some French lands. I mean, all of Brittany in EU4 at least is completely uncolonized. So all this stuff is good to go, and this is pretty high base tax stuff. That's the thing. In Europe, there's not a lot of uncovered land. I'm so surprised that Venice is doing so good. Now, I know there are probably a lot of you guys that were probably kind of curious why I gave Venice extra colonists when maybe I should have let them not colonize. Maybe I'll do that for another campaign if you guys want to see another campaign, but I just felt like I don't want to screw Venice like that. You know, I'd like to see Venice play a regular nation game because I didn't kind of focus on giving specific unique abilities to nations, and so just giving Venice no colonists seemed unfair because I'm not doing that to any other nation. I'm not like forcing the Greeks to be super diplomatic and stuff like that. So that's why it kind of seemed unfair. So I'm allowing Venice to have their colonists, and actually they're probably going to do very, very good. This is a great region of Europe, lots and lots of base tax to uncover. So I'm excited to see exactly how they do. I mean, look at that. 7 base tax, 8 base tax, crazy, 9, 8, lots of very, very rich land in this region, but I'm assuming that Venice might have a lot of enemies. Let's go ahead and check their alliances. Yeah, they're only allied to Byzantium, as well as Florence. Of course, Florence. And by the way, I don't think I mentioned this last video. You can pick, if you want to pick a city-state, you can pick a city-state. Again, the city-states don't do terrible. I mean, let's look at the development of these city-states. Since they have a kind of bonus to developments, I'm assuming that they're going to be able to develop these provinces a lot faster than before. I mean, where are we at right now? 25, 16, 14, 15. I'm assuming it's not amazing. Looks like Florence is focused in on developing only one of their provinces. I'm assuming their capital. Yeah, Genoa, their capital is the one that's being developed the most. And I'm sure that most of the city-states like Riga, Belgrade, and Sidon are going to be doing most of that too, only kind of developing some of their more hardcore provinces here. So we already have Byzantium taking Cyprus. Any other interesting colonizations that's been going on? Any more? Has Assyria gained a claim on the Persians yet? Nope, not yet. Okay, how about Egypt? How is Egypt doing? Allied to Arabia. I'm assuming that Ethiopia and Arabia don't like each other. No rivals from Ethiopia. But Arabia has allied... Oh, Sidon. Oh, interesting. So they don't dislike each other. Obviously, there is also the opinion map mode, which is really cool. We can kind of look at exactly how nations are feeling towards each other. I have to first... There we go. Exit out of this window. Interesting. So Rome is allied to Austria and Greece, and they really don't like Venice, Ottomans, and Byzantium. I guess this is a way better way to figure out exactly who rivals what nation, because right now the rival map mode does not work in observer mode in EU4. I can't click a specific nation like this to see exactly who they've rivaled. So I guess that opinion map mode is going to be very, very useful, and actually that's why I've got it in my hotkeys, because that's what I'm going to use it for. So yeah, I think this war is pretty much done. Portugal is dead, and I'm really excited to see what Spain takes in this war. They could possibly take a lot. We've got a second war going on. It looks like between Denmark and the Netherlands. Let's see what's going on here. Oh my gosh, this is a pretty big war that started off here. Now, the Celts are not involved. The Celts are allied to the Netherlands, but they're not involved at all. So technically, William is only at war with Denmark and England. So he's fine because he has all these other alliances helping him out, although he's getting his land sieged out right now. I don't know how much help Poland is going to serve for them. Poland doesn't have much of a navy, and they're kind of almost landlocked, but I don't know exactly if they don't have any transport ships. Yeah, they don't, for sure. Well, it will be interesting to see how Sweden helps out, because Sweden and Denmark are natural enemies here. We have 11 Swedes here. Pretty huge fleet from Denmark, as I can see. Who is this? No leader. Yeah, well, that's your problem. You attacked with no leader. That was an attacking force, a crossing penalty with no leader. Well, that's pretty bad. Oh man, this is pretty close. Let me make sure there's no other wars going on. before I move on and focus in on this one. Besides the one in Iberia, yeah, the Zulu, like I said, are not going to colonize as much very fast. Neither are Ethiopia and Songhai. So it's going to kind of keep the game a little bit more balanced because eventually Europe is going to run out of provinces. Eventually Europe will run out of provinces to colonize. So let's see what's going on here. Now this might not be a war. It looks like this was the Danish are the defender conquests. Okay. So it looks like it was that was an offensive war? Wow. Oh, Denmark is in 2 separate wars. Oh my gosh, dude. Whoa. Hold on, I gotta exit out of this. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is bad. And they dragged England in. They've only dragged England in. What the heck? Oh, no. We knew about this, but what is the separate war with? Oh, just with Germany. Oh my gosh. So more than likely, Denmark was losing this war drastically, and Germany decided to step in. So we might see significant power go to the Germans right here, because I believe this is their army. Yeah, 10 regiments, 10 big regiments going in there. Actually, it's 13, and I believe they just got a hold of the Denmark capital. No, Denmark capital is here. Yeah, so never mind. There's any forts here? Nothing. There's a few forts, so Denmark managed to get a few forts, but they're never going to be able to get to that capital. That's the thing about Denmark. They're really hard to destroy because Denmark already always has a very strong naval game. So you can't really ever get that crossing, this straits, to grab their capital. So, I mean, yeah, they might lose some land, but they never end up losing their capital or losing at least too much because you get a lot of war score from taking a capital like that. How are the Celts doing? Any more colonization? Nothing from Iceland just yet. It looks like Denmark's going to lose this war pretty bad. I mean, I'm sure the war score is pretty drastic. Actually, right now, Denmark is technically winning their war against Sweden. And this was attacker against Sweden. Oh, okay. So, yeah, Denmark was the attacker against Sweden, and the other one was the defender against Germany. So I'm assuming Denmark started losing a lot when Sweden called in their allies, like the Netherlands, Poland, and Riga. Riga's probably not helping out too much, but I mean, hey, their naval support is probably very helpful. Yeah, Denmark might lose their lands in Norway, which is really unfortunate, but I couldn't really give them any other provinces here. They'll be fine, I'm sure. If they need to, they can colonize down south, but they can kind of go anywhere. I mean, the nations don't have that low of a colonial cap, so they can really go up towards Finland and start grabbing, Russian lands. So yeah, that is definitely a thing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Sweden might take a lot from Denmark here, and Germany's going straight in for the hearts of the Denmark Empire. Wow, so how is Spain doing? Spain is still, so I think they've completely eliminated the Portuguese army. I don't see anything else. They still have their navy, but that's it. Any other wars going on? Again, we have to always kind of be conscious of this because this will be something to keep our eyes on at all times. Oh, okay, so we have Arabia versus Sidon here. Wow. I'm sorry, Egypt. So it's just Egypt. They just declared, oh, no. Arabia joined in on their side, and I'm sure this is an offensive war. Actually, it doesn't look like it, yeah. Wow, so interesting. I'm wondering how many troops do they have? No, Egypt's going to destroy them. With the Arabian Empire on their side, they're going to be just fine. So this city-state might be dead, just dead on arrival. DOA, that would be pretty dang fast. I'm wondering how Ethiopia is going to play into this. Ethiopia could do a great job, but they've got to get up their own navy. It's going to be unfortunate because I don't know if they're going to be able to attack across the strait whenever they do decide to declare war on someone like Arabia, because it looks like, obviously, Arabia has more coastal provinces, which means that they're going to have, obviously, a higher force limit. Naval force limit, I mean. Ethiopia, on the other hand, does not. So if they don't control the Red Sea, then they'll never be able to cross the strait and actually go in for, capital and fabrications and stuff like that. So Sidon might be done. Oh, did they? No. Yeah, no, nothing yet. No more wars. Again, these wars start off real fast. Denmark, oh man, RIP Denmark, RIP. Oh wow, England is over here helping out slightly though. Helping out, sieging out Riga. That's probably not doing much, I don't think, though. Sweden's doing a good job. Again, I'm wondering how much Sweden's going to take here. There are 3 provinces going to cost 12, 10, and 11 war score, respectively. So, they could take a lot if they end up... Oh, boom, they just pieced out. So they're good. There's no war going on there anymore. Looks like Sweden also has annulled their alliance with the Netherlands. Now, as you can see, this purple only represents a royal marriage. They had a royal marriage and an alliance, but they obviously dissolved that alliance. I'm not sure who it was, though. Now, Germany is still at war with Denmark, and I'm assuming they're just destroying them. Yeah, Denmark's getting their butt kicked right now at negative 35 war score. Well, at least Sweden let them off the hook. Sweden didn't take anything from them. I don't know if... Oh, you know what? Germany actually managed to get across this strait somehow. I'm wondering if the AI Navy was dumb. Oh, you better not let them get across to the... you better hope that they don't get to the capital. Now, did England also declared war on Germany? France is allied to Germany now. Interesting. Oh, Spain is pieced out with Portugal. So they managed to only take one province, so Portugal is still alive. They still have some opportunities here to expand a bit. Now, how big was that province? You're looking at development of 12. Not the best. I mean, it's nothing super impressive, I guess. They've got no tax, but that's because I think that's an autonomy thing right now. I'm sure it's an autonomy thing. That's another great thing. I cannot wait to use all the map modes in this. That's going to be really, really exciting. So what happened here? Is the war done? Yeah, the war is done. And actually, we have rebels spawning up. So I guess they didn't take anything there. Again, it could be war reparations. That could be a possibility. But who knows? So yeah, Arabia is only allied to Egypt for now. Ethiopia is still... Yeah, oh my gosh, look at all these claims on Arabian lands. Wow. I don't imagine... Oh, Babylon's got their first claim on Persia. So I'm assuming this war is going to kick off soon. Unless they can get the Ottomans in on their side. Oh, the Ottomans were allied to these guys. I guess the Ottomans didn't... It looks like to me, whenever like a nation gets... I guess it's a city-state that was declared war on. When you see this like purple sort of look to it, it looks like the Ottomans decided to dissolve that alliance. So they didn't... I guess they didn't want to go to war with Egypt or Arabia. Interesting. I get that. How's Venice doing? Venice allied to Florence. Now, how's the god of Florence doing? How are they doing? They're only allied to Venice. Kind of a risky game. Ooh, Rome's moved to Corsica. Yeah, they're already going for Corsica since they've kind of got most of the boot down here. Again, city-states won't be able to colonize for a while, I don't think. Germany still has yet to let Denmark off the hook. I think they're really trying to get in towards that Denmark capital. They want it. They want it real bad. There we go. The Celts are moving up towards Iceland already. That's what I'm saying. The Celts are going to do good. Because now all the Celts have to do is move in towards Greenland, and then boom, Celtic Canada. Celtic Canada. Oh yes, how about the Zulu? Yep, like I said, Zulu are not going to be able to colonize for a while. We should probably leave the Zulu, Ethiopia, and Songhai alone for a little bit. Although, in the later parts of the game, when they get enough money and economy to support it, maybe they start a landing in Madagascar. They're going to go right after the subcontinent of India. And this is a really, really rich region of the map. Lots of great base tax here, and as well as East Asia. Whoever gets to East Asia will be pretty impressive too. You know what's funny about this campaign? I didn't mention it in the first video. We actually might see Civ 5 cameos in this. It is definitely possible. Actually, I'm really, really betting on the fact that we're going to see a cameo from both Brazil and the USA. Because as you know, when colonists form in EU4, they form a colonial nation. So, like, if Spain gets down here, it's going to be called Spanish Brazil. Now, Brazil has the opportunity of breaking off from their overlord and just becoming simply Brazil. So it is totally possible for us to see some cameos from other Civ 5 leaders and empires, and that would be so funny. And I'm willing to bet it's going to happen. I'm thinking England will establish 13 colonies, or maybe it might be the Celts, and then they'll break off, and then boom, there's the USA joining in on our Civ 5 campaign. That would be so interesting. Germany, oh, wait a second. So when did Poland get pulled into the war? Oh, Denmark lucked out here. Denmark pulled Poland. Now, Poland is attacking from the east and actually is doing really, really good because, oh my gosh, the German regiments are locked off. Oh, they're locked off. This is not good for Germany. They've been locked off by the Danish fleets, and now the entire Polish army has just complete control over just running through German lands. Oh my gosh, Germany, you got snickerdoodled. I don't know if that's a word, but you totally got snickerdoodled. And border friction between France and the Netherlands are going to start to pop up. Oh, it's already happening between the Celts and England. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to have to stop right there. If you like this campaign, again, please leave a like. It helps out so much, and I can't wait to see you guys in part 3.